In the high-stakes universe of medical dramas, where diagnoses deliver plot twists as sharp as scalpels, James Pickens Jr. has long been the steady heartbeat of Grey's Anatomy. Portraying Dr. Richard Webber, the venerable chief of surgery whose wisdom anchors the chaos of Seattle Grace, Pickens has embodied resilience, mentorship, and the unyielding fight against the unknown. At 71, with decades of screen time etching lines of gravitas into his face, the actor's recent revelation carries an eerie symmetry. Just days after his character grappled with a prostate cancer diagnosis on the show, Pickens disclosed his own real-life battle with the disease. It's a convergence of art and existence that underscores the profound, often unspoken, ways in which fiction mirrors our frailties, turning scripted vulnerability into a beacon for genuine awareness. The announcement, shared intimately in a conversation with Black Health Matters over a recent weekend, peels back the layers of a man whose public persona has always radiated quiet strength. Diagnosed earlier this year, Pickens approached the news not with the shock of a bolt from the blue, but with the resigned familiarity of genetic inheritance. "It's not the kind of news anyone wants to hear," he admitted, his voice steady yet laced with the weight of inevitability, "but to be honest, prostate cancer has run through my family." This wasn't a solitary strike. It echoed through generations, afflicting his father, uncles, and cousins in a familial thread that wove dread into routine checkups. "I would have been surprised if I hadn't gotten it," he reflected, a statement that distills both the burden and the bizarre comfort of predictability in the face of peril. Pickens's vigilance, a cornerstone of his health regimen for over 3 decades, stands as a testament to proactive stewardship. Beginning PSA testing at the relatively young age of 41, well ahead of standard recommendations, he transformed annual physicals into rituals of empowerment. This foresight, born from familial whispers of warning, proved prescient. When elevated PSA levels surfaced during his January exam, the alarm bells rang clearly, prompting a cascade of diagnostics. An MRI to map the unseen, a biopsy to confirm the intruder, and a PET scan that delivered the crucial verdict. No metastasis, the cancer contained like a storm held at bay. "My urologist said, because you were so diligent in that piece of your health, it was to your advantage," Pickens recounted. "We were able to catch it so early because you were being tested." Early detection, that golden window in oncology, became his ally, shrinking the odds from daunting to manageable. The rarity of his variant added a layer of intrigue to the medical narrative, a subplot twist in his personal script. Yet, it was the radical prostatectomy, a surgical excision that removed the prostate gland in toto, that marked the turning point. Performed with the precision of a Gray Sloan operation, the procedure was a success, leaving Pickens on the other side with a prognosis buoyed by timeliness. Now, in the afterglow of recovery, he pivots from patient to advocate, his platform amplified by the millions who tune in weekly to watch Webber navigate ethical quagmires and emotional tempests. "Today, I am living proof that early detection works," he declares in a poignant PSA for Black Health Matters, his words a clarion call tailored to those most imperiled. The statistics he invokes are stark, a grim ledger of disparities that demand attention. Black men face a 70% higher incidence of prostate cancer and twice the mortality rate compared to their white counterparts, a chasm widened by socioeconomic barriers, historical mistrust in healthcare, and cultural stigmas around vulnerability. Screenings, often as simple as a blood draw, are underutilized in these communities, where machismo can masquerade as invincibility. Pickens, with his roots in the American South and a career forged in the fires of underrepresentation, speaks directly to this silence. If you're Black or prostate cancer runs in your family, talk to your doctor about getting screened starting at age 40, he urges, lowering the bar from the general 50 to match the elevated risks, a nuance endorsed by bodies like the American Cancer Society. Reflecting on his tenure on Grey's Anatomy, now in its 21st season, Pickens finds poetry in the parallel. Webber's on-screen cancer arc, unveiled in an episode fraught with tension, consultations, and tearful confessions, mirrored his off-screen odyssey in uncanny detail. The writers, unaware of his private trial, scripted a storyline that resonated on a visceral level, blurring the veil between performance and reality. For Pickens, who joined the ensemble in 2005 as the no-nonsense surgeon with a heart of gold, these moments of overlap infuse his work with authenticity. He's not just acting resilience, he's living it, channeling the fortitude required to face mortality while mentoring a rotating cast of bright young talents like Ellen Pompeo and Chandra Wilson. Beyond the small screen, Pickens's advocacy extends into the community, where he's long championed health equity through organizations like the Prostate Cancer Foundation. His story isn't one of isolation, it's communal, drawing on the support of fellow survivors and the unshakable bonds of family. The procedure's aftermath, with its adjustments to daily rhythms and the shadow of follow-up scans, has only deepened his appreciation for life's cadence. The quiet mornings of reflection, the laughter shared with co-stars between takes. In interviews, he speaks of gratitude, not grievance, emphasizing how the ordeal has refined his perspective, much like a blade honed on the whetstone of adversity. For fans of Grey's, this revelation adds emotional texture to Weber's character, inviting viewers to see the actor's own battles etched into every furrowed brow and measured pause. It humanizes the icon, reminding us that behind the glamour of primetime television lies the grit of genuine struggle. Pickens's journey from diagnosis to declaration serves as a narrative arc of its own. The inciting incident of detection, the rising action of surgery, the climax of advocacy, and the denouement of empowered living. As he continues to grace our screens, his off-script fight against cancer illuminates the show's core tenet, that medicine at its best is as much about healing souls as saving bodies. In a broader canvas, Pickens's candor challenges the entertainment industry's reticence around health disclosures, paving the way for others to step into the light. Celebrities like him, with reach rivaling public health campaigns, wield influence that can shift behaviors, one conversation at a time. His PSA, circulated through Black Health Matters and beyond, isn't mere lip service. It's a lifeline extended to brothers, fathers, and sons who might otherwise delay the doctor's call. As winter approaches, with its seasonal reminders of introspection, Pickens's message endures. Vigilance isn't paranoia, it's victory. In the theater of life, where diagnoses play out without commercial breaks, early chapters rewritten through awareness can ensure the story ends not in fade to black, but in enduring light.